And there it is, Hannah. Your prediction came true. Sorry, Penguins fans. We are no longer the only back-to-back Stanley Cup champions in the salary cap era. Congrats to Tampa. They maneuvered that cap. And they had the best team on paper and best team in the league on the ice as well. So, all right.
Congrats, Tampa, on winning the 2021 Stanley Cup on top of the 2020 Stanley Cup, making the Pittsburgh Penguins no longer the only back-to-back Stanley Cup champions in the salary cap era. Good-ass team. That Tampa, oh my goodness. They were stacked. They are stacked, and they maneuvered the salary cap to their benefit. They had the best team on paper, and they had the best team on the ice. Nikita Kucherov is the best player in the National Hockey League. Andrei Vasilevsky is the best goalie in the National Hockey League. Victor Hedman is the best defenseman in the National Hockey League. Good players there. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. They had a good team, hence winning the cup back-to-back. You guys know that. What we're here to do today is to look at the 2016-17 Penguins and the 2020 and 21 Lightning and compare them, because they did both win Stanley Cups back-to-back, but that's really where the similarities end, because there's a lot that happened with the Lightning, the seasons that the Lightning played, and, that was far off from the traditional seasons that we expected. And I'm not saying that puts an asterisk on these two cups. If anything, that makes it more impressive. The Lightning won back-to-back Stanley Cups. The Penguins won back-to-back Stanley Cups. Oh, but the Lightning didn't play a full 82-game season. They cheated the salary cap. It doesn't matter. The Lightning won back-to-back Stanley Cups. They have their names next to each other on the Stanley Cups twice, and so do the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's it. That's the statistic there. I don't care whatever you think about it, how you justify that the Penguins did it better. They both are tied in the aspect that they both have a combined 4 Stanley Cups together, and it's split down the middle. They both went back-to-back. Now, the Penguins went back-to-back twice in their entire history, but that's a completely different story. The Penguins went back-to-back in 91, 92. Let's see if the Lightning can do it in 2028, 2029, whatever. On the board, I have the teams that each team went through, as well as the salary cap for the teams, because that's a talking point. The Conn Smythe winner for each year, and the goal scoring and point scoring leaders, the main leaders, as well as some other tidbits of information I want to go over. But again, the Tampa Bay Lightning went back-to-back. So did the Pittsburgh Penguins. I know it sucks that we're not alone, Penguins fans, but they did it, and you got to commemorate them for it. In 2016, the Penguins went through the Rangers, Capitals, Lightning, Tampa Bay Lightning, and San Jose Sharks. In 2017, they went through the Blue Jackets, Capitals, Senators, and Predators. Combining all of those and adding them up, that is 49 total games played. In 2020, the Tampa Bay Lightning went through the Columbus Blue Jackets, who, as you can see, I don't have 2 logos for the Blue Jackets. That means that they have been eliminated by both of these teams on their pursuit of getting back-to-back Stanley Cups. They also went through Boston, the Islanders in the conference finals. They go through them in both years, similar to the Penguins going through the Capitals in the second round both years. And then the Stars in the final this past year, Florida, Carolina, Islanders again, and then they just eliminated the Montreal Canadiens tonight. That adds up for a total of 45 games played. I am not saying that the Lightning, the Penguins were better because they, had more games, or the Lightning were better because they had less games. I'm just giving you the facts here. Speaking of just the facts, and again, facts has an asterisk on it because I had to really dig to try and find these numbers on Cap Friendly and on Sport Track, but the salary caps for the Penguins in 2016, the Penguins at 62.5, the cap was 71. In 2017, the Penguins were right up against the cap at 72.5, and the cap was 73 mil. In 2020, the Tampa Bay Lightning were over the cap with 83 mil, and the salary cap was 81.5, like it is today. And it is 81.5 million, and the Tampa Bay Lightning are around 98, 99 million. $18 million over the cap, yes. But you got to commemorate them on being able to actually understand the rules and being able to maneuver it around it. It doesn't matter. Gary Bettman handed Steven Stamkos a Stanley Cup tonight. What are you going to do about it? I can't. If you whine about it on Twitter, he's not going to take it away from him. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the Pittsburgh Penguins won back-to-back Stanley Cups. No matter which way you slice it, there's no better team. There's no better dynasty. Maybe we'll see it in an Eastern Conference Final again here soon, or a Stanley Cup Final, but you don't know, do you? 22 players were on both the 2016 and 17 rosters for the Penguins, 21 for the Lightning, so pretty similar statistic that way. Although I will say, I think the Lightning had more core pieces. They had a lot of younger pieces that were really core aspects. Jake Gensel was only on one team. He's not a back-to-back Stanley Cup champion. He's just this 2017 Stanley Cup champion. I compare that to a guy like Anthony Cirelli, who was on both teams as well. And then you got Braden Point, Victor Hedman, Ryan McDonough. I feel like there's a lot more anchors there, and in terms of core pieces. While the Penguins' third line was guys that they threw together in 2016, and it worked. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Hagelin and Bonino were kind of just trade deadline acquisitions that they threw in with a core piece in Kessel. And again, I'm not trying to compare these. I'm trying to compare these teams, but I'm not saying which one's better than the other. I'm just giving you guys the facts. You can fight in the comments about this below. But in terms of the Penguins' core pieces, really you had Crosby, Malkin, Letang, Kessel. Was Hornqvist a core piece back then? Maybe. And then you thought your core piece in net was Marc-Andre Fleury, and that was wrong because it was Matt Murray that won you the Stanley Cup in 2016. Outside of that, you filled in a lot of depth pieces, and this is completely accredited to Jim Rutherford, finding guys like Carl Hagelin, Trevor Daley, Justin Schultz, who were not core pieces and are not core pieces that you look to. As in free agency, you're like, oh, that's a franchise player, I got to get him. No, you bring him in and you add him to a Sidney Crosby and things like that. While on the Tampa Bay side, that defensive core, man, Sergachev on any other team, he might be your number one defenseman. Braden Point is one of the best players in the National Hockey League. He's insane. Steven Stamkos was not allowed, but obviously he wanted to play, but this team won without Steven Stamkos essentially last year. And that's another thing I have on the board. The way that I'll try and remember this, going forward when I get dementia, is that Chris Letang played in 2016. He did not in 2017. Steven Stamkos he had one game. He didn't really play in 2020. He did in 2021. So kind of a little thing I decided to throw there as well. I mentioned how I think just Point and Kucherov are just two of the best players in the league. I think they're top five, both of them. They have to be. And again, both these teams won the Stanley Cup. I'm not saying who's better here. But Phil Kessel had 22 points in 2016, and Evgeny Malkin had 28 in 2017. Those were the leaders in points for the Penguins in the playoffs for both years. Kucherov had 34 points and then 32 this past year. That's insane. Kucherov is the best player in the league. People just overlook him. He's the easy candidate. How many points? He had 120 points that one year. He's good. And I think we need to start praising him. He's better than McDavid. Oh, boo-hoo. He won the Stanley Cup back-to-back. And he had 34 and 32 points in it. 27 assists last year. 24 this year. Braden Point, 33 points. 14 goals in back-to-back seasons. 14. Jake Gensel, who is not on this list, surprisingly, had 13, which that was amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not discrediting anyone here. I'm just saying Kucherov and Point are pretty damn good players. Anyways, Crosby, Malkin, Kessel. Those were your top three scorers in 2016 and 2017. Makes sense. I also threw in goaltenders. Murray, 923 save percentage, 208 goals against in 2016. I had to put both Fleury and Murray. Fleury, 924 and 2.56 goals against in 2017. Murray, a 937 and a 170 goals against average. Vasilevsky played every single game for the Tampa Bay Lightning in back-to-back playoff runs, and he had a 927 save percentage and then a 935 save percentage with a 1.9 goals against average in both years. I wrote this before, expecting that the Tampa Bay Lightning would win tonight, which they did. I don't know if that changed because he had a freaking shutout tonight. But he's good. There's your statistic. He's the best goalie in the league. He is, until someone knocks him off his pedestal. That's how it works for me. It's, I'm ever changing who's the best player in the league. Because right now it's Kucherov, and right now it's Hedman and Point and Vasilevsky and even Stamkos, because they won and they're winners. The last team to win back-to-back Stanley Cups before the salary cap era was the Detroit Red Wings in the non-salary cap era. The last team to win 3 straight Stanley Cups, I believe, was the New York Islanders in the 80s. Can we see it with Tampa Bay? I have a plethora of questions I'm about to ask you. Comment down below. Do the Tampa Bay Lightning complete the three-peat next year? Did the Tampa Bay Lightning cheat by going over the salary cap? No, because the NHL let them do it. That's my answer. Does this victory for the Tampa Bay Lightning diminish the Pittsburgh Penguins back-to-back Stanley Cup champions? No, it does not. That's my answer for that as well, but you can comment down below as well. And finally, who would win in a playoff series between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Pittsburgh Penguins right now? Because you got to beat this team if you want to win the Stanley Cup, especially if you're in the East, which the Penguins are going to be. And I know we're going back to normal divisions, but the Tampa Bay Lightning will, if they continue to have this success, they'll be in the Eastern Conference Finals next year waiting for the Penguins. Well, they're not going to wait for the Penguins, but, you get what I'm saying. You're going to have to beat this team. And I don't think the Penguins can beat this team. This team's insane. Congratulations again to the Tampa Bay Lightning on winning back-to-back Stanley Cups. Congratulations to the Pittsburgh Penguins for winning Stanley Cups. We got 5. Okay, the score's 5-3. And the way that I calculate Stanley Cups, the Penguins have the most Stanley Cups out of an expansion team along with the Edmonton Oilers. So that's not an original 6 team, of course. So like, comment, subscribe. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I was waiting for this to finish up, and I also had some stuff going on. I am going on vacation next week. I will not be doing anything for the channel. I will have one more video about the NWHL potentially coming to Pittsburgh coming up after that in this week, so before I go on vacation. But I'll be on vacation from the 10th to the 17th. You guys will get no videos from me. I am going to be kicked back and relaxed because, damn it, I deserve it. And the Stanley Cup playoffs are over. It was an eventful year. I have my Penguins review on a separate video. But the thick and thin of it is, if you guys want a preview of that video, the Penguins need to go all in next year to win the Stanley Cup. If you want to beat Tampa, you better load up. Vladimir Tarasenko just requested a trade tonight.